What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day weekend to each and every one of you. I want to thank everybody who has served in the military protecting our country, and to all the family members who have been a part of anybody who has served in our military. Thank you so much. My brother has served in the Army, and thank you to my brother Frank. And I want to wish everybody, as I said, who has served protecting our country, thank you for your service, and to all of our fallen heroes as well, protecting our country, especially right now with what is going on over in Ukraine. It does kind of make us a little bit more appreciative of the national security of our country, with the kind of looming threat of what could happen. So thank you to everybody. So we got an interesting episode here. There's a couple kind of outbreaks going on right now, and you're not going to believe what happened with Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, it's or yeah. We'll go into that here. Let's jump right in. Okay, first up, strawberries are being recalled in connection with hepatitis A outbreak. Yeah, that's right. So check this out.
The FDA is investigating an outbreak of hepatitis A possibly linked to organic strawberries. 17 people in the U.S. have gotten sick and 12 have been hospitalized. The brands in question are Fresh Campo and H-E-B. They were sold at stores across the country, including Kroger, Safeway, Trader Joe's, and Walmart. Strawberries expired April 25th, but if you have some in your freezer, you should throw them out.
And the next virus on the loose, monkeypox, the World Health Organization now labels it a moderate public health risk, and that the World Health Organization can't rule out monkeypox being a pandemic, and says there's a window of opportunity to stop it from being an outbreak. They said here today it is too soon to tell whether a recent monkeypox outbreak could lead to a global pandemic. Does that sound familiar? But noted that there is a window of opportunity to curb rising cases. The public health body said that there is still, quote, many unknowns related to the spike in cases in non-endemic countries, cases where monkeypox is ongoing, but said the risks to the general public remain low so far. Quote, we don't want people to panic or be afraid and think that it's like COVID, the World Health Organization's Sylvie Briand said during a briefing. They said in a statement on Sunday, the health agency said monkeypox is a moderate public health risk because it has been reported in varying geographical locations for the first time. The illness had typically been found in Central and Western African regions pretty much only. Currently, the overall public health risk at global level is assessed as moderate, considering this is the first time that monkeypox cases and clusters are reported concurrently in widely disparate World Health Organization geographical areas. A total of 257 laboratory confirmed cases of monkeypox have been reported throughout the world since May 26, according to the WHO. 10 cases so far have been confirmed in the US to the CDC, saying last week that some of the infections were connected to individuals who traveled to areas that were experiencing monkeypox outbreaks. Yeah, viruses, I mean, they're age-old things that have been going on forever, but this is the same way the last pandemic started. It literally started with one case in the US, and then 2, 3, Thousands. Poof. I don't know. Who knows? It might be a pandemic. It might not. Who knows the scale it will go to? But you let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Meanwhile, the Nancy Pelosi family got themselves in quite a pickle here as well. Check this out. Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, arrested and charged with a DUI in California this weekend, making national news here on the front page of Yahoo. Ouch. Now remember that the Pelosi family is worth over $100 million. Now, when I see stories like this, I see famous athletes, famous people in general, people that are worth $100 million. The first thing I think about, because remember, I used to own a limo and bus transportation company that I literally started with one limo, and I grew it one by one to a fleet of them. And we used to do weddings, proms, night outs, transportation, literally, 21st birthdays, transportation to the bar, back. Why? Oh, why? If you're worth $100 million, don't you book car service, limo service, an Uber at the bare minimum? Why are you driving? If you have $100 million, pay for some type of car service. It's just unbelievable, right? Well, now you made the front page of the news, and millions of people now know about it. And the Democratic leader in the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House, and I mean, it's not Nancy Pelosi, but it's her husband. I mean, it's just makes makes no sense at all. You can see here Paul Pelosi, the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, was arrested Saturday in Napa, California, for allegedly driving under the influence, according to county records. A booking report shows Paul Pelosi, age 82, was arrested at 11:44 p.m. Pacific time Saturday and was booked at 4 a.m. Sunday. Awfully late for someone 82, 4 a.m. on Sunday. I mean, that's late for anybody, really, right? And charged with misdemeanors for allegedly driving with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher. It does not specify the actual percentage of blood in this article, or alcohol in this article. Bail was set at $5,000. I assume they had the money to pay for that. Nancy Pelosi was not in California at the time of her husband's arrest. She was in Providence, Rhode Island. I believe that's P-Town, where she received an honorary degree from Brown University and delivered the commencement address to the graduating class. Well, this is going to put a stain on her weekend. The speaker will not be commenting on this private matter, which occurred while she was on the East Coast. Drew Hamill, her spokesman, said. By the way, her husband, Paul Pelosi, is an American businessman who owns and operates Financial Leasing Services, Inc., a San Francisco-based real estate and venture capital investment and consulting firm. In addition, he was the owner of the now defunct Sacramento Mountain Lions United Football League. So, yeah, he seems like he is also a pretty wealthy man in addition to, being just married to Nancy Pelosi. He sits on many philanthropic and corporate boards. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'm sure the Republicans are going to have a field day with this one. Just call an Uber. Worst case scenario, just call an Uber or a taxi. Um, yeah, it just literally makes no sense, especially on Memorial Day weekend. You know, the cops are out twice as much on a holiday weekend. Everybody knows that. Meanwhile, here today, President Biden paid tribute to our fallen heroes and his son, who served in the military and is also laid to rest here after he served in Iraq and Kosovo. You can see a picture of President Biden here as he um, laid a tribute to his son and to our fallen heroes. So, yeah, we do have to remember that it's not just a day of, cooking out and hot dogs and hamburgers and a long weekend. It's also a day to remember what this weekend is for. So, and there's been, many lost loved ones. Interesting story here. I don't think I've ever actually told this story, but my mom's father, so my grandfather, in fact, I very vaguely remember him. I was very young when he passed. Uh, my He would be known as Grandpa Tompot to me, but he was in the Navy, and he was in Pearl Harbor 2 days before the infamous attack. So he was there 2 days before it literally got attacked. And his boat was, my mom would be able to tell what she knows of the story. Um, but he left Pearl Harbor 2 days before Pearl Harbor was attacked. Yeah. So imagine if things would have been just a little bit different if he was there just 2 days later. He could have been in that attack, and then I might not be here. My mom might not be here. Things could have been. Julian would not be here. I mean, things would just be completely different. So, when you think about how tricky war and life and fate is, it's just it's it's really kind of sad when you think about these situations and when you think about what's going over on in Ukraine, what happened in Iraq with U.S. soldiers and with soldiers all around the world. It's really just yeah, and really what the with this ongoing with Putin and how long he's going to potentially do this, and with Putin literally threatening the United States with nukes. I'll show this here just so everybody kind of takes this as serious. Here's an article literally from today. Putin sends terrifying threat to the United Kingdom, one of our closest allies, as a quote super weapon can be placed in range of Britain. Remember, if United Kingdom gets attacked, that means we're going to war immediately because they're part of NATO. Anybody gets attacked as part of NATO means the United States goes to war with Russia immediately. Immediately. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no we're thinking about it. They're a part of NATO. We're a part of NATO. It's an immediately declaration of war. There's no interpretation about it. It's so this is serious. You can also see here. This was from about 2 weeks ago. Russia threatens nukes for U.S., UK, and Finland if NATO expands. And so this is why, and remember, Finland and Sweden are now joining NATO or in the process of it. You have to go through some paperwork and negotiations with all the NATO countries because they all have to agree to it and stuff. But this is why it's very serious. The whole Russia threatening the whole world with nukes and the U.S. as well. Uh, this is why it's dictators like this threatening the world with nukes is not a very good thing. And yeah, it's just how do we stop somebody like this? And we surely don't want to be in a nuclear exchange. Like, I mean, one nuclear bomb going off alone is a nightmare for the world. I mean, let alone going back and forth. It's not something we want. We want peace, but it's like Putin doesn't want that. Look at the guy just continues on and on and on for months. We're going to be going into month number 5 now. With that war. So, you know, I don't know. You let me know your thoughts, but hopefully everybody here had a fabulous weekend. So let me know your thoughts here. I will keep you up to date here with everything. I hope you guys had a fabulous Memorial Day weekend. I will keep you up to date here with everything. Remember to subscribe down below. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribing is completely free to do so, and I will keep you up to date here with everything. You can click here to watch my newest video next, and here is my latest stimulus check video, which just came out. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.